Hello, this is Planner Ann and welcome to my video. Okay, this video is going to be my setup of my 2025 Kinbor Weekly Planner. I already took some color inspiration from these two sticker sheets. The artist is on the sticker sheet Cheselby from a Stikiiclub subscription, the Cute Pack. And so these two sticker sheets I would normally use for like a weekly setup, but I'm going to try and use them as like a yearly setup. And I've already picked out some markers and some stickers and note papers that I think will match. So let's get right into it. All right, so this first yearly, I guess year out of you spread, I usually cover up 2024 and this bottom section here. And until I get my cover trained, I think I'm going to have some problems. But there are lots of these note stickers that I think will work. This blue one fits perfectly across. So that's nice. So I could use it up there or down here. But this bottom section, this sticker kind of fits perfectly, covering most of it. So I think that's what I'm going to use for this bottom section. So to go with this sticker, I was going to put a note paper underneath. And I'm not sure which one yet. I could do this purple and just cut it, this top part, and I think that would contrast really well with the sticker. Because the other option was similar tones to the sticker, and I think they're just too similar. I don't really like how they kind of blend into each other. I think the purple is better. I think I like the purple the most. There was also this one, which is even more similar almost. I think I'll go with the purple, and I'll just use the top part of it. Yeah, I think if I just cut it directly in half, it should work. I have scissors somewhere. Okay, there. Alright, so I'm going to use this blank, or mostly blank, end of it. Oh, I might have to cut it a teeny bit smaller. Maybe not. And then use the sticker to cover up that little moth in the corner. Or should I let it show and keep the moth? I think that might be too many characters. Anyway, let's glue this one in. And this glue tape is from Amazon. It came in a big pack of them. And not that it really matters, but they don't last a whole lot, even though, like, I think that's probably why the pack was so big, because the individual ones don't really last that long, but they still work great. So I'm happy with it anyway. Should I leave it a little bit? I don't want to cover up the dates too much. Leave a little edge around it, maybe. Does that look okay? Comment if that looks okay. Because I don't know. I don't know anymore. Alright, now for the top one, I really want to use this blue one. But again, I'm not sure how much or what other color to cover it. I feel like that's not a good color. This one, the lines are kind of pink, and oh, and it has a star on it, so maybe that one would work better underneath. It's like that. Will I be able to cover everything? Cover most of it. If it's, how long does this need to be? Oh, just till about this line. I think it'll work. So if this covers the 2024 year, and then this blue stickers on top, I think that will work. So it's kind of like a dark purpley blue. Not really a true blue navy. Oh, see, it already ran out. Don't worry, I have another one somewhere. Uh-oh. Here it is. And please forgive if you see any pet hair, because I have 2 cats and a dog, and their shedding is more than what I can keep up with most of the time. All right, I think this is going to look okay. Cover up all of the green, then you won't even know that it, well, I guess it looks not exactly the same color, but I think it's close enough. All right, I also want to do some colors on this side. So I've got 2 dot markers that I think, well, I dotted them over here. So this pink and blue color, which I think are close enough. They're a little bright, but that's okay. And then these are these 2 markers. One is a dupe for the mild liner, and then one is a real mild liner. So I don't know. I think I'm going to use the blue to highlight the months at the top, because it is a little bit darker, and if I use it for like the days, then it might block the numbers too much, but I think it would be fine for the months anyway. I don't visit this page a whole lot, but when I like to count like several months ahead, looking for a date several months ahead, then I like to come back to this page and see and make plans. And I'll do 2026 on this side as well. I'm not too picky about it being perfect. I'm going to do this really quickly. And then, I like to mark my paydays. I think this pink is too bright. I don't want to use it on here. I'll use this one. So, what are my paydays? Yeah. So I'll do my paydays for the year. I get paid every 2 weeks on Thursdays. So some months I will get paid 3 times, which is really nice because it's like a whole extra paycheck. June. Yeah. July. So January and July, I'll get paid 3 times. So I gotta make sure I save some of that extra money for emergencies and whatnots. I might have to get a new car sooner than expected, so maybe put some money aside for that would be nice. And and I'll leave 2026. I don't need to mark those paydays yet. It's not even 2025 yet, so I don't really want to worry about marking 2026 right now. But I think that's all I'm gonna mark for now. I might add more things later. Sometimes I'll mark like my vacation days or other like holidays or birthdays, things like that. And I don't really have anything to write in these areas right now either, but if I do mark like holidays and birthdays, I think I'm gonna put it in these areas. Maybe I'll do birthdays and then write the birthdays down here. And then maybe I'll do holidays or special events down here. All right, I'm gonna save this monthly log for when I do my January setup because I want to do them by month. So in January, I'll do this one, in February, and so on. Because I haven't really figured out all that I'm going to do. And I also could do it like in advance too. So when I'm in December, I might go ahead and write January dates or something in there. I'm not really sure. I have trouble using these trackers. They're just not something that I consistently use. And so when January setup comes around, I'll do that page. But I do want to set up this page. So this is going to be my finance tracker. And I did sort of figure out how I'm going to use it. So I'm going to use this top section to make a bar graph. And then the bottom each month I'm going to use as like an account summary for my money. So I think if I remember, I should be able to do 4 across, so 4 squares per month, and I'll have 6 months on this side and 6 months on that side. And that's if I go right to the edge. So I used my old planner to figure that out because I didn't really use this section in my 2025. I did sort of use it, but not for finances. I used it more for like some simple monthly goals. And the top section I didn't really use, so I just kind of used it as like a brain dump space. Oh, and you're wondering, this pen is a Le Pen pen that I actually found it at Walmart one day in a pack, and I scooped it up because I don't see them at my Walmart very often. So I scooped it up right away to make sure that I could get it. So I'm just making little marks every 4 squares, and that should work out to 6 months. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, oops, December, yes. Right, so I think if I split it every 2 squares, I could get 12 measurements upwards. So I think, I don't know if I have room for the numbers on this side. The margin's really thin. I didn't really think about this too much when I decided this. So I'll put 12 at the top, and it's going to be 1,000. So this first mark is going to be 1,000, and I don't really have space to write it. So I think I'm just going to put 12,000 at the top, and then I'll just know that they're each mark is 1,000. So that'll be savings versus debts, and I'm starting pretty low for savings this year. So Christmas is gonna drain most of it, which is not great. So hopefully by the end of the year, I'll be back up. Maybe I'll use some of these stickers on this page. I know I won't be able to get all the way up here, so I feel like it's safe to cover some of the top. Which ones should be good? Kind of like this telescope one. We're looking forward. Maybe I should cover up that and then write 12,000 on top. It is kind of a matte paper. I could write on top of them. I could do this little book. Scribble all my plans. All my notes. Yeah, that's not too bad. I don't want to cover up too much. Maybe I'll do a couple pencils. Maybe I'll do a pencil on this side. Or 2. There's a couple. Well, a calculator. That'll be perfect. A calculator and a pencil. Yeah, and a notebook. I think that'll be great. Oh, should I color this bottom section? I kind of want to. Maybe I'll do it in pink. Should I? Yeah. Well, I want to do the bars in these colors. Maybe. Maybe I'll just do them in other colors. Oh, I should have done like pink and blue pattern. Oh, it's fine. It's done now. It's all pink. Too late. That'll be fine. All right, so that'll be that section. And then the weeks, we'll do a weekly setup when the time comes. So we'll skip to the back. And this back section, I have some plans for. Since there's no index this year, I might make one. But I want to keep all of my car detail information, like car repairs, because I'm starting to feel like I'm doing a lot of repairs lately. And so I kind of want to keep track of what I've done and kind of keep that record in my planner and kind of have an idea of how close I am to actually needing a new car, because I feel like it's really close. All right, so I don't know if I want to do that today. I might do that when I set up January. Look forward to it. Visit my January video once it's posted. So I'm going to use, I think I'll use this color this time. And I'm just going to mark out my work schedule. I have a regular Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 4:30 work schedule. So pretty consistent. And takes up most of this schedule. My goodness. feel like I have no time left in the day. My work is really nice. My boss is really nice. If I wanted to change my work hours, I still have to work 8 hours a day, but I could come in earlier if I wanted to and work like at 8 to 4 or 7:30 to 3:30. But I like that extra time in the morning to get ready because I am not a morning person and it takes me a long time to wake myself up in the morning. It takes, I think it's like 30 or 45 minutes from my alarm before I can actually drag myself out of bed. So I really like having that extra time in the morning. But now that fall and winter are here, it feels really late getting off at 4:30 and it's already starting to feel dark and gloomy outside. So that's something I'm not looking forward to, but that's okay. So I feel like I should use this one. It fits inside really nicely. I think I'll put it lower and then I'll do another sticker above it for work. Since I don't really have a washi tape that matches, I'm gonna have to get creative. So I was thinking either of these because I want the contrast in the colors. But this little computer girl, I am on a computer most of the day. Maybe I will use her. And a coffee cup, of course, because, oh, there's a coffee cup there, though. 2 coffee cups. Hmm. Maybe we'll leave it like that. Maybe I'll add more later. Oh, I should have used that one then. And then a different one. Ah, it's fine. But we will write work in there with this one, Furunosuke, brush pen, hard tip. I'm not great at this, but we'll try. Mark. Simple and easy. Gift list ideas. You can decorate that too, I guess. I do kind of use this page for ideas for my kids for their birthdays or for Christmas, birthdays, Christmas, stuff like that. I don't want to cover up this blocks, but I'm fine covering up like this gray a little bit. So these girls seem a little bit big for that. They're too tall to fit there, really. Even this girl is just a little bit too tall. This one, she might be able to fit in the corner, actually. She covers up a little bit of the second box. She covers up a lot of the second box. Uh-oh. Come on. Maybe I can fit something small in that first space. I could still write something there. If it's like one short word, I could do it. Like a book or something. I could do it. All right. We have 21-day plan. Don't have a plan for this page yet, so I'm going to skip it. This favorites page, I kind of want to cover up that it says favorites because I started reading some books. I've been kind of doing a book exchange with one of my coworkers and really enjoying kind of trading books because we have similar taste. So I want to make a list of how many books I can read, which I used to be a very avid reader when I was a high school student. And since becoming an adult and after I had my kids, I kind of struggled to find the time and also find books that I enjoyed. So now that I kind of know from my coworker that she's a very big reader, we can kind of share book titles and kind of, I think I'm very confident that I can read more. Maybe not fill out this whole page, but definitely could make a list at least of books that I'm reading. And if that doesn't work, then I'll just carry on. And I was writing shows that I watched. I watch a lot more shows than I was reading. So we'll see how it goes. If I can fill it with books, that'll be great. Even if it's just one side, that would still be great. And then if it's shows or movies, then maybe I'll start from the bottom and work my way forward and see what takes up more space. All right, so then these pages I'm planning on covering up. I have some sticky notes and note papers that fit most of them. So I'm excited to use those because the colors will work. I also have some stickers. I think I got these off of AliExpress, and these look like they're really close to the right colors also, so I could use those. And then I have some dot stickers, washi stickers. I have these color stickers, which aren't exactly the right shade, so I might not use those. I'll put those aside. And then I have note papers, which these ones fit really well over top of most of the stuff. So I could just use these on each page, but there's 2, 4, 6, 8 pages. And I did some color testing before because I wasn't sure if I wanted to try and find something that matched the cover and the inside cover before I decided on these ones. I was going to try and do that, but I didn't really have any stickers or other supplies in yellow, so I went with these ones. They're close to yellow. Yellow and pink look good together. So I think I'm going to use the note papers again, the smaller note papers, because I do want to try and stay true to the stickers for this setup, and kind of use these ones. I'm still not sure about this. I'm going to try and use it, but I'm not sure about it, but I'm going to try. Yeah, I think I like that idea more than using these big ones. So I'm putting the big ones away. Maybe. Or they go back in where they came from. All right. So this will be easy to like cut off or cover up. So if I put it at the top, I feel like I'm running out of space already. Oh my gosh. Put all the markers at the top because we're not doing markers right now. All this stuff away. Make some space for myself. You want the glue? We also have this smaller ones. I forgot I had smaller ones too. So I can make a collage with the stickers and the note papers. This one, I mean, it works, but barely. We'll keep it. So this one says Blossom on it. And then this is just a lighter pink. And then we have a grid pink. I'm not sure if this matches the vibes, but it's there. We have this purple, which I think works really well, even though this is more blue. I think it still works. We have a to-do list. We have a checkbox list. We have this note paper. We have this note paper. We have these box stickers. I have also this sticky note paper, which I think matches better than those two. And then we have our stickers that are left. So I gotta be careful not to use the same sticker image on the page. This one we already used, so it's fine. That one we already used, so it's fine. But this one I gotta be careful not to use that. All right. Well, should we start with the biggest ones first? I feel like I should. Maybe. Should we start with this one first? And then cover it up with a to-do sticker. Oh, but I'll need to cover up this area. I gotta use pink. Oh, we can use, will that one be big enough maybe? Maybe. Let's cover, last year I got a flat covered one and it stays open really well. This cover stays flat, the pages stay open if you train them. And this year I got a cover that is a little bit puffy and it doesn't want to stay flat right now. So if it doesn't train to lay flat, it might start to bother me. The rest of this video, my mic died, so I'm going to do it as a voiceover. All of my supplies, I think I've already told you, is from the Stikiiclub subscriptions that I get every month. And this to-do list is actually a Post-it brand that I got from Walmart. And I'm just cutting off the bottom part so that it fits on the page. I don't want to cover too much of the sticky note paper because I want as much space showing as possible. I only want to cover up the little decorations that are on them. And this pink sticker is not quite long enough to cover up the rest of the margin on the bottom. So I'm just using another note paper, a mini note paper that I have in like a light pink color, and then the sticker on top. I do want to bring in some more decal stickers to bring contrast and a bit more color to the pages. I really want to try and balance these collage pages as best that I can. I'm not the best at collages, but I want to try. And I'm going to use the washi stickers to try and bring in more color as well. And I don't want to make the pages too busy either. I do want to have enough space to write on them. I try and use these collage pages to kind of check in a couple whenever I think about it during the year. I'll write down like my progress on my goals. So this is me debating whether I should put the purple on the top or the bottom. And I realized I have the purple to-do list on the bottom on the first page. So I'm going to put the purple on the top. And I was kind of debating on covering up the other little decals. There's a moth and a little firefly on this note paper that are still showing. I might be able to cover them up with stickers later. They don't necessarily have to be covered with another note paper. And this one I decided to cover up the silver little stars that were there too, because it just felt a little bit too busy. And then on this, I'm just trying to figure out how to cover the rest of this side. I have this darker pink brown sticker, and I really wanted to use this longer pink sticker because I thought the color tone really went really well. And then I could use this other yellow sticker with it to bring in the rest of the tones. But when I went to put it down, it wasn't quite wide enough. So I decided to save it for another page. And I went with the darker pink brown tone. And then I'll bring in more pink with the decal stickers. I'm just trying to figure out which one covers the space the best, and it turned out to be that one. And then I remembered I didn't glue down the rest of the checkbox list, so I just quickly put some glue down for that. And I'm going to try and hold the edges down with more stickers, but I didn't want it to look too busy, so I'm going to have to space them out and maybe use some washi stickers instead. And then I decided, you know what, I'll figure it out later. If I want to add more, then I'll add more. This one I really wanted to use this grid note paper, and I'm just trying to figure out what purple I want to use. I do have a few different purple note papers, but I feel like the tones weren't quite right. This one was a little too pink, and then this one was like even more pink, so I really wanted this blue purple. So I just stuck with this one. I felt like the tones were really good, but also like the shade, so it was dark enough to bring a lot of contrast. And I'm just trying to figure out the placement of everything. How can I cover up the most of the decals and use the stickers really well? So this one, I decided to use the bottom of the to-do list that I had cut off earlier, and I think it's going to work out really well. It covers what I need it to cover. So I'm going to glue that down because I do want it to be there. And then same with this one, I'm going to glue it down because I'm happy with the placement. And oh, I almost put it upside down. There we go. And I just used the bottom of my scissors there to try and get it into the seam really well. And I decided to put the purple right in the middle, no, right to the inside edge, and then cover up what was left of the green turtley part. And I covered up the moth. I was debating on covering up the star there too, but since I had the moon on the purple page, I think this little star sparkle things are fine. And again, I didn't want to make it too busy. I wanted to keep enough writing space, so I just left it. And now this side, I wanted to try something different. Instead of doing like brown on the top and brown on the bottom, I wanted to try and put it in the middle just to see if I could. And I really wanted to use that pink sticker because I felt like the tones matched really well with the stickers that I had. And so I just want to cover up just the map on the page, and I think the contrast is working for what I want. I'm just debating on what note paper I want to use to cover up the bottom section. I really liked the brown one, but the note paper is brown too, so I felt like there wasn't enough contrast between the two. So I decided to go with this checkbox, and I already had purple right next to it, so I couldn't go with purple again. And then I'm just figuring out that I could probably use the decal stickers to cover up whatever was left. So I did want to bring in a little bit of purple on this side, so I just cut off more of the to-do note paper and put it on the very edge there so that the purples weren't exactly next to each other, but I still was able to bring purple back into the page. And I think it was going pretty well. Yeah, I decided I liked it good enough to put it there. And even though it's horizontal, I guess, the lines, I don't really mind. Like, I'll still write over top of it. And there was a little bit of the inside margin left, so I used another pink sticker to cover that up. And I think it worked out really well because it brought some more vibrant colors down at the bottom again, and they matched really well with the deco stickers. And I'm just trying to fill up that space. I decided I probably wasn't going to use the white space for anything, so I decided to cover that up. Put in another washi sticker to try and bring more purple to the page, and then I used the rest of that to-do note paper right away on the bottom. I'm realizing I'm putting bottom purple a lot on the left side. Um, and now I'm just trying to figure out how else to cover the top. And I really like this grid note page because the lines are actually a bit pink. So that's why I'm using that one a lot more, I think. And I'm just cutting it so that it doesn't cover up too much of the to-do list, and trying to figure out the best way to place that. Now I do want to cover up the rest of that deco on that page, so I'm just going back and forth between my note papers that I have. I do want the contrast, but I want to bring more pink to this page. So this note paper is a bit pale, so I'm using this darker pink sticker to bring contrast between the grid page note paper and this note paper. And then I want to try and use more deco stickers to fill in that space. And the inside margin is blank, so I'm not worried about covering that part up. Now this side, again, I go for purple on the top because I have purple on the bottom on the first page. And I'm just trying to figure out if I want to cut it or if I want to cover it up. And I think I'm going to go with covering it up because I do want that as much note paper on there as possible. So I think covering it up is the best way to go. And I'm just going to put it right at the edge of the text because I want that little bit of margin left so I can only cover the decals, and there's a bit of hangover at the top. So it worked out really well that the text was lower. So I'm covering up right to the edge of the decos, and there is a little bit that kind of sticks out, so I'm going to put out another washi sticker there and then use the yellow box to cover that up. And I think that brings in the brown colors really well, or yellow brown, I guess. I do have this leftover paper from the check notes that I had cut earlier, and I do want to try and bring in more brown here, but I think it's leaving too much space. The deco stickers that are left are not going to be able to cover that up. I'm seeing I have little stickers that I had bought from jet pens, but they don't really match the color tones. I do have this other grid note paper that's bigger and it's a little more brown. There is some contrast between the two, so I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to stick that down on the right side because the text ends a bit sooner. And then I'm going to use the checkbox paper to cover up the rest because it's a bit longer. And I'm going to cover up that moth with a deco sticker. It'll be easy to cover up because it's small. And I only have one deco sticker left, and I still have a whole spread left to cover up. So I decided to just use the deco sticker on that page, and since I have no stickers left, I decided to just glue the two pages together and not even worry about it. I did consider using my full page note papers, but the colors weren't what I wanted them to be. I wanted all of the pages to be cohesive, so I did just end up gluing them all together. And that's the end. So I'll put my information on there later, but let's just quickly flip through what we've done so far. So here is my year at a glance. I have space for events or birthdays, whatever I want. I'll fill that in later. This is going to be my finance page to look at my savings versus my debts, and then skip back the schedule page and gift list page. And then my favorites page, I'm not sure, I'll probably use it for whatever I want. And again, the collage pages. I think these turned out to be my favorite that I've ever done. Actually, I think I'm getting better every time I do it. But I really like the idea of using the same stickers um, for all of the collage pages. I think it looks really nice. Yeah, I'm really happy with it, and I still have some note papers left to use maybe next year. So if you want to see any more from me, check out my next video. Thank you, bye.